Good morning, 7th grade, and happy Monday. It's Mr. Long here, and I want to go over what you have to do today. Now remember, since we have a new schedule, we should be meeting twice a week, face to face. We have decided, Miss Collier and I, and Miss President and I, have decided that we will meet on Mondays and Wednesdays live from 11:30 to 12 p.m. 11:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. That being said, you technically have an hour Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of our class, but we will only be posting new assignments on Mondays and Wednesdays. Please use the scheduled time on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday to work on any classwork that you need help with. And even though we're only scheduled to meet from 11:30 to 12 p.m. on Mondays and Wednesdays, if you reach out, we will get back to you as soon as possible. Okay, so what do we have to do today? We're looking at the Google Classroom page. So Miss Collier posted this in the morning. Today's question, respond in e-journal writing and share. Have you been watching the news? Do you feel stressed not being in school? Have you done anything that can help calm you down? I have been baking. Are you getting out of the house for fresh air? If so, tell me everything you've been doing. The e-journal is due in Wednesday's first classes BC and class DE, and it is due in Thursday for GH. So that means that you have to respond to Miss Collier's journal prompt, and it will be due this Wednesday when we begin our live lesson. So it's due this Wednesday, April 1st at 11 a.m. So if you want to respond to that in your e-writing journal, how should you do that? Well, on March 23rd, all of you were instructed to create an e-journal for your reading and an e-journal for your writing. So I'm going to go pick out my e-journal that I created back during that assignment. So I'm going to create a new tab. Since this is my personal computer, it keeps going back to my personal Google account. There we go. I'm going to click on my Google Apps. I'm going to click on Docs. And I'm going to look up e-writing. Because it should be under e-writing. Oh, look, it actually popped up. Cool. E-writing _ JLong. Awesome. And it actually has where I left off from the last time I wrote a journal for this class. So March 23rd, I answered the prompt, imagine that you're a character in your own story, and I wrote a little prompt about that. Cool. Now, today is Monday, March 30th, 2020. So I should write that before I write my journal. Now that I have my e-writing up, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go back to Google Classroom, and I'm going to copy and paste. So I'm going to drag my cursor over the question. I'm going to hold down the control button, and I'm going to hold down the C button to copy. I'm going to go back to my thing, and I'm going to hit Control V to paste. And I'm just going to put it at Times New Roman, font size 12. Because I like to keep things all the same. It looks like, there we go. So that's my prompt, right? Have you been watching the news? Do you feel stressed not being in school? Have you done anything that can help you calm down? I've been baking. Are you getting out of the house for fresh air? If so, tell me everything you have been doing. Awesome. So I'm just going to answer this prompt. I'm going to begin answering. I'm not going to write the whole thing in front of you guys for the sake of time. But obviously, I'm going to indent. I'm not just going to start writing. I'm going to indent and answer that first question. Have you been watching news? I have been watching the news I've been watching the news, kids. I've been watching the news every night with my family. We watch in the living room, and we usually have the news on as background noise anyway. The last time we watched the news, we saw President Trump give an address that this pandemic might last until June 1st. I was concerned about that update, and my wife is worried about bills and other family matters, if that is correct. So, see how I'm just kind of answering the question, I'm thinking out loud, writing my reaction to the question. I'm not just answering it in one word or one sentence. I'm trying to give each question a few sentences, right? And then I might hit enter and then tab to answer the next question. Do you feel stressed not being at school? I feel very stressed about online school. As a teacher, I am worried that I will not be able to reach all of my students. Some students sleep in all day. Some students need extra help. Some students don't have the technology to complete online assignments. This runs through my head all day, and I am worried that their learning will decrease if I don't do something to help. So, see how I'm kind of writing from a teacher's perspective? Obviously, you might want to write from a student's perspective, like, oh, doing some of the online things is difficult. Or, oh, the online stuff, I'm really good with online things, so this is actually really easy. I find it even easier than regular school because there's no one around me to distract me. Or, oh, I kind of miss being in class because I'm not able to see my friends. I'm not able to talk to my friends during lunch. So really, I'm writing from a teacher's perspective, but you guys can write from a student's perspective, obviously. Write from your own perspective. After I answer that question, I'm going to hit enter. Have you done anything that can help you calm down? I have done so many things to calm down and escape from the worrying. I take walks with my wife and son. I want to ride my bike, but it has been raining. Grr. I'm very frustrated because I wanted to take the bike out this whole weekend, and it's been raining, and it's still raining today. Yikes. Been raining. Gah. I have also been playing Animal Crossing. Coursing. Animal Crossing on the Nintendo Switch. If I could learn how to spell. All right. Animal Crossing on Nintendo Switch. Any of you Nintendo Switch or Animal Crossing fans, my wife and I are building our little island. And it's so relaxing because basically all I do in that game is fish and plant flowers. Oh, and catch butterflies. That's like 95% of the game. It's so cute. You just live in a town full of animals and you build up your house and you catch butterflies and you catch fish. It's it's fun and my son loves to watch me play because it's colorful and the music is beautiful and I even gave him the controller and he threw the controller on the ground, but he still enjoys watching it and I get to play every once in a while. So as you can see, I'm writing my journals and I'm kind of just giving a little bit of answer to each thing. Are you getting out of the house for fresh air? I kind of already answered that question, but we have a porch, so I go out on the porch for at least 10 minutes a day, and I'll have my son in my arms, even in the raining weather. I bring my son out on the porch and just look at the football field because we live right by Maxwell Field. Okay, so that's what you should be doing for your journals. All right, I know I spent a lot of time on that, but that's what you should be doing for your journals. All right. Now, just real quick before time runs out, your journal is just one part of today's assignment. You also should be doing IXL P5 and P6. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to my browser, type in IXL. Awesome. IXL pops up. So I'm going to click on Learning. I'm going to click on Language Arts. I'm going to go down to 7th grade. I'm going to click on All Skills. And I'm looking for P5 and P6. So if I scroll down, P is under vocabulary. Boom. So P5, words with un, dis, in, im, and non, so those are prefixes, and 6. So I'm going to click on P5. Who is unfamiliar? Well, what's that mean? That prefix un? Let's learn with an example. A prefix can be added to the beginning of a base word to create a new word. Knowing the meaning of a prefix can help you determine the meaning of a word. The prefix un, dis, in, im, and non usually mean not or the opposite of. The prefix in usually means not or the opposite of. This helps you determine that a country that controls itself is more independent. Independent means not dependent, free from influence or control. Thank you, example. I know some of you 7th graders probably didn't even realize this existed. And what's worse is the 7th graders that did know that this exists decide to ignore it. Because why would you pick something that would help you? Right? That's a little sarcasm for you guys. All right. Who is unfamiliar? Well, if this means not, right, then someone that would be unfamiliar would be a stranger. If I didn't have that, right, if I just had familiar, then I'd be like, ooh, I'm familiar with a friend, so I'm gonna pick stranger. Boom. Okay, which is disrespectful? Psh, I know what disrespectful means. Forgetting to say please and thank you, remembering to say please. Well, forgetting, obviously, because if you're disrespectful, you're not respectful, and it would not be respectful if you forgot to say please and thank you. Boom. One more. Which is an impossibility. So this means not possible. Not possible. Being in two places at once, visiting two cities in one day. Well, I've been in two cities in one day. I know that's possible. Being in two places at once is obviously impossible unless you were like magical or something like that. To all my Naruto fans. Anyway, submit. Boom. Awesome. So that's P5. Let's go back real quick to learning. Grade 7. Gonna scroll down to P6. Words with full. Awesome. Which is considered to be respectful? Well, what does that suffix mean? That FUL suffix mean? Well, a suffix can be added to the end of a base word to create a new word. Knowing the meaning of a suffix can help you determine the meaning of a word. The suffix full means having, showing, or causing. The suffix full means having, showing, or causing. This helps you determine that a dutiful student does his homework thoroughly. Someone who's dutiful shows a sense of duty. I am being dutiful right now and making sure that you guys learn the suffix